today I am going to give Gemini 60 minutes to make the scariest horror game it can. All the code, design, movement, etc. will be done solely by the AI, and I can't have any impact on it aside from making the prompt. We will be using the infamous Thinking with 3 Pro model, and you guys have complained that I don't give the engines enough time, so today we will see whether the quality of the game will improve with the longer period given. I'm going to start the timer right now. However, before that, I want to thank you guys for 2,000 subscribers. It's crazy because just 9 days ago, we literally hit 1k. So the growth of the channel is amazing thanks to you. And if you subscribe to the channel right now, Santa will actually give you a fresh bottle of sewage water. So you obviously don't want to miss out on that. Also, you can now become a member of the channel. So if you could also do that, then the sewage water from Santa will actually become organic and free range. So first, we're obviously going to have to get an idea of what horror game we want the AI to make. As I mentioned, I'm not going to have any impact on this. So the idea of the game will solely depend on Gemini. I want you to create the best horror game you can think of. It has to be really scary, playable in a browser, 3D, have some sort of a storyline, and jump scares that are actually scary. You are an elite programmer, so don't limit yourself to short code. I want this to be as in-depth as possible. Oh bro, I can't type. So I'm going to send this prompt, and the idea that I actually have for this is to let Gemini first build a foundation of the game and then let Gemini build on it. Okay, so Gemini has built the blink. The concept is, the mechanic, you have a sanity/blink meter. You must manually blink, spacebar to refresh your eyes. If the meter runs out, you blink involuntarily. The threat is the entity that only moves when you are blinking or when you aren't looking at it. And the atmosphere is pitch black, illuminated only by a dying flashlight. So to be honest, I think the idea is not too bad itself. However, I find it really hard to kind of think as to how we could actually expand the game a bit more. Anyway, I've pasted the code and now it's 570 lines. Let's run this absolute masterpiece for the first time. Right, so I actually think the landing page is not too bad. For a browser game, it's decent. It's basic font, but I'm liking it. Headphones required as well. They're going to build a bit of tension around the game, and let's see if the game is actually playable in any way. I think I just went deaf. Why was there no sound warning for this? This isn't a horror game, bro. This is a game that makes you go deaf. It says headphones required as well, which is absolutely crazy. Anyway, the game itself is actually not too bad. I just don't really understand what I need to do to survive. I guess it's just blink, but when I blink too much, it also comes at me. So obviously we need to manage our blinking and don't wait for the meter to hit 0. The game actually does get harder every time we collect an artifact, which is actually pretty impressive, to be honest. However, the only thing about this is I can't really see where. The flashlight kind of needs to be a bit brighter, to be honest, because I can't see anything, bro. Like, yo, this is actually a really good game. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared right now for that big. Oh no. Right, we're gonna have to replay that, bro, because what just happened? This game actually has really mad potential, and we've just done that in like 10 minutes. Okay, so for my next prompt, I really want to develop the game, because so far it is kind of playable, but it's not. There needs to be a few touches to actually make it feel more like a beatable game. So we're gonna make the flashlights a bit brighter, add a mini map in the top right, and implement a close meter, where if the meter is more full, you are closer to the artifact. Obviously, you need to collect 5 of them, and so far I can't really see any way to find them. Apparently, we can follow the sounds, but it kind of, there's just constant audio coming out with like an alarm thing, so you can't really hear it. Okay, so I actually couldn't send any more prompts because I ran out of time in Gemini. So instead of waiting the hour and a half, I actually decided to buy the pro version, so we're going to be using the pro version from now on. But yeah, it's actually giving us the code back, so hopefully it improved the game. It's added 36 lines, so I'm actually happy with that. So hopefully this is still the same game, but just with the little improvements that I wanted to do. So the font has changed a little bit, but that's fine. Oh. Right, so the map is there. Everything is actually there. The flashlight is brighter, but I just can't really seem to find. Bro, how am I dying? Oh, wait. I just walked into a texture. Right, so there's actually huge potential to this game, I think. But I've put that the movement is a bit off, so I gave it the usual movement keys. Also, I walked into one of the textures, so can you make sure the walls are solid and there's something there to prevent me from walking in them. Also make the difficulty level easier because every time I blink, the entity spawns are in front of me. Make it so that the entity doesn't appear until I collected the first artifact. Then when I collect it, make it really easy to get to the next one, then a little harder, and so on. Don't make it impossible to do like right now. So you know how we are making a horror game. This new code is actually 666 lines long. Anyway, this is the new Blink. This is the 3.0. This is the beta version. This is nearly finished. This is the nearly final game. We've done this in 25 minutes. Alright, so you know how the controls are meant to be W is forward, it's actually back, and then S is forward, and then A is right, and then D is left. The mini map as well, it's a bit iffy, but the entity isn't coming to me anymore. So the map is also so big. Like, what's the need to make it that big? Alright, I'm gonna go and see what happens when I collect the first artifact, but this brother is moving so slow, man. Alright, so this is apparently the first artifact, the first time we've seen it. Let's try and get it then. Okay, so reportedly the entity's on its way, but it's not meant to be aggressive just yet, so hopefully I'll be able to get to 3 and then see how the level gets harder over time. Alright, so we are getting the second one now. Bro, if you look at the minimap, there's one that's just in the top right corner of the map. That is atrocious. I should have probably got that first. Oh, the entity's here. Bro, this guy better not be following me. I swear down, I am going to scream if he's right there when I turn around. Alright, he's not. This is when it's meant to get really hard, apparently. Oh. I actually just got goosebumps in real life as well. Alright, so the game is actually like a horror game. It's actually quite scary when I'm playing it. For the next prompt, I asked to make the map a little bit smaller. I wanted to make sure that there's a communication as to when an artifact is collected. I asked it to change the background noise because that little alarm thing is absolutely atrocious. Obviously, the movement buttons need to be corrected, and I also added a sprint button to make the thing a bit faster because it was slow as anything. So what is this, like a 4th or maybe like a 5th attempt? There is actually a sprint button as well. Yo, it's so mad that the AI actually understands what I'm saying in coding. Like, it's not an easy thing to do, bro. Like, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, we have the first artifact right here. Also, I like that background noise way better as well. It's so much more horror like. Yo, why is it protecting the artifact? Oh my, I just got so scared. I think this is actually perfect at this point, and we still have 25 minutes left, so we're gonna have to come up with something. Okay, so I think the only actual bits that we need to improve is the more technical aspects of the game. So obviously every time I blink, the entity moves, which means there's a 100% chance of it getting close to me every single time, which is obviously kind of making it impossible to beat the game. So I've changed it to when I blink, the entity doesn't always move, and there's like a 50% chance of it moving. I've decided to add the entity onto the minimap as a red dot, and then when it teleports, it will make the minimap fizz up for about 2 seconds so that he can't just turn around from the entity. I can't click onto the game anymore. Bro, I'm spamming, please let me onto the game. Alright, so the entity is there apparently somewhere around here. Alright, so I've just beat the game, but it was really easy for some reason, bro. The thing just didn't move. Alright, so it didn't move at all. It just said signal lost. Like, let me just blink a few times. Like, yeah, the entity's not moving. As you can see, it's still stuck in that bottom right corner, and it's just not moving at all. So the next thing we're gonna do is just make the entity move a bit more with every blink. Alright, so Gemini took like 5 minutes to make this. Before it even coded anything, it was thinking for like 3 minutes. Alright, so let's see if the entity actually plans to move this time. Alright, so it does actually move, which is pretty cold, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This is actually so scary. Alright, so it is moving, but it's not moving anywhere towards me. Right, so we are entering the final 5 minutes. I have got a few more things that I want to do. Right now, Gemini is creating me just a little bit of different spawn things for the entity. So if Gemini gets this bit right, then I'm going to add 2 more things, and these are, firstly, a different texture to the artifact, which links to my second point. I want there to actually be a story about the game. So something happened, and we are in this maze, and we need to collect this to escape because of this or whatever. I don't know yet. We'll come up with that in the next 4 minutes. However, first, let's see if the entity is... Bro, it's literally not moving anymore. Alright, so there's literally 24 seconds left, and I just gave it the last prompt. I tried to make it as detailed as possible. So the Blink 14, this is Protocol 16.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the...
you know, it's not the worst in the world, but it could have actually been centered and fit onto the screen. Because, well, why would it do that, bro? Why has it done that? Anyway, alright, so let's see if the entities actually changed, bro. It's literally the exact same thing as it was before. We are now on a 3rd level, so this is where the entity should begin to move. Why are you not moving? Please explain to me why you are not moving. I know you're around there, but there you go. It should. Bro, it's not moved again, is it? Where is it? Are you here, bro? Like. Oh, it's right behind me, isn't it?
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
Right, so I guess that's the final game that we have. That happens. The only problems it has is literally this and the spawn. If you can fix that, then we literally have a proper game that we can play. So yeah, like I said, there's still a few things to improve about the game. I'm pretty sure it'll take like 5 more prompts maybe. But overall, I'm so impressed with Gemini today. It's actually a really good game. But yeah, anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and like the video. Also, don't forget, if you want, you can become a member if you want the sewage water. But yeah, thank you for your time, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.